Manchester United are set for one of their biggest nights of the season as they host LYON in the second leg of their Europa League knockout tie at Old Trafford. With the aggregate score locked at 2-2, the stakes couldn't be higher. For both clubs, the Europa League represents the final realistic chance of silverware this season, and Thursday night's clash will be nothing short of decisive. This will be the third time LYON traveled to Old Trafford for a European tie. The previous two meetings in 2004 and 2008 both ended in United's favor. However, this current United side looks far removed from the confident and dominant teams of the past. Under pressure and struggling domestically, United head into this clash with little momentum, and Ruben Amorim faces a monumental task to guide the Red Devils into the next round. United's Premier League campaign has been disappointing to say the least. Sitting in the lower half of the table, their domestic form has left fans disillusioned. The Europa League has offered a temporary respite, but even here the performances have been inconsistent. While United managed to keep the tie alive in the first leg with a 2-2 draw in France, defensive vulnerabilities and lack of intensity continue to plague the team. Ruben Amorim, newly appointed and still finding his feet in English football, will be hoping that the home advantage at Old Trafford can provide the spark his side needs. However, relying on history and home support may not be enough against a LYON team that thrives on the European stage. LYON come into the match with an impressive record against English opposition in European competitions. In their last 9 matches against English clubs, they've lost just once, a 3-0 defeat to West Ham during the 2021-22 Europa League campaign. That record reflects LYON's ability to remain disciplined, tactically sharp, and efficient on the road, a style of play that could cause significant problems for a fragile United defense. The French side will also draw confidence from their performance in the first leg, where they managed to open United up on several occasions and could easily have taken a lead into the return leg. With technical midfielders and pace in the wide areas, LYON pose a threat that Amorim will need to prepare for carefully. From a betting perspective, this tie feels finely balanced. United are narrow favorites due to home advantage, but recent performances offer little assurance. Bettors looking for value may consider both teams to score or even a draw after 90 minutes, potentially pushing the game into extra time or penalties. Key players to watch include Bruno Fernandes, who will be central to United's attacking efforts, and LYON's Ryan Cherki, whose creativity and flair can unlock any defense. This is predicted Manchester United 11 players to start with a formation of 3-4-2-1. Onana, Yoro, Maguire, Mazraoui, Dalot, Ugarte, Casemiro, Dorgu, Fernandes, Garnacho and Højlund. Prediction: this is likely to be a tense, closely fought encounter. While Old Trafford has historically been a fortress for United in Europe, the current form suggests a much tighter contest. Don't be surprised if LYON edge this one or force extra time. Tip: both teams to score. Yes, draw after 90 minutes. Good value pick LYON to qualify. Worth a look for punters chasing higher odds. Ruben Amorim identifies 3 key signings to unlock Bruno Fernandes' potential at Manchester United. Manchester United are preparing for a major squad overhaul this summer, with incoming manager Ruben Amorim set to be heavily backed in the transfer market. As the Red Devils endure a dismal Premier League campaign, currently languishing in 14th place, the need for reinforcements has become increasingly urgent. Club officials are expected to raise around £200 million through player sales, while aiming to cut up to £80 million from the annual wage bill in order to fund Amorim's ambitious rebuild. One of the key challenges Amorim faces is how to get the best out of club captain Bruno Fernandes. Despite his undeniable talent and leadership qualities, Fernandes has often struggled due to a lack of energy and balance in United's midfield. Former United defender Paul Parker believes that signing 3 specific players, 2 midfielders and a striker, could be the key to unlocking Fernandes's full potential and reviving United's fortunes. Speaking via a sports betting platform, Parker emphasized the need for midfield reinforcements. "I think you've got to be looking at replacing at least 2 players in midfield. I think you need more energy in there, and I like Manuel Ugarte and what he does. I think he will be even more effective with more energy and legs around him." Parker was critical of current options such as Casemiro and Christian Eriksen, who have both struggled to maintain consistency throughout the campaign. Casemiro will play on Thursday, but he gets slaughtered when United lose because people say his legs have gone. But he never had legs. He was just very clever in how he played, Parker explained. "He's good to watch, but you need more legs from 2 attacking midfield players." While Parker acknowledges Fernandes's quality, he questioned the Portuguese midfielder's positional discipline and tactical awareness. "As good as what Bruno plays when United are chasing, he's not that ideal person because of his discipline problems when he has the ball," he added. Parker believes that having energetic midfielders like Ugarte, coupled with another dynamic presence, would allow Fernandes more freedom to operate in advanced areas where he can cause the most damage. In addition to strengthening midfield, Parker has urged United to sign Ipswich Town striker Liam Delap. The 22-year-old has been one of the standout performers in a struggling Ipswich side, scoring 12 goals this season. With a £30 million release clause reportedly triggered if Ipswich are relegated, Delap has attracted interest from several top Premier League clubs, including Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Newcastle. "I would take Liam Delap all day long," Parker stated. "I love his work ethic. The fact that he's never beaten. He's desperate to prove himself and score goals. He reminds me of a young Mark Hughes. He's not afraid to put himself about. He wants to make unselfish runs, and he turns bad situations into good ones." Delap's future at Ipswich remains uncertain, though manager Kieran McKenna hasn't ruled out keeping him even if the club is relegated. "It's certainly a possibility," McKenna said. "Liam's a young striker, he's developing really well and he's improving every week. He enjoys being here and his full focus is on Ipswich." With Ruben Amorim set to take charge and Omar Barada promising full support in the transfer window, United's summer could mark the beginning of a new era. By signing 2 energetic midfielders, including Ugarte, and a promising young striker like Delap, Amorim could build a team that brings the best out of Fernandes and reignites United's pursuit of silverware. Ruben Amorim has put Andre Onana and several other Manchester United stars on trial ahead of a busy summer of transfer activity, according to reports. Onana, 29, will be monitored in the final few games of the season by Amorim and his team as they look to make a decision on his future as Man Utd number 1. Andre Onana has been put on trial by Ruben Amorim. Manchester United boss Amorim will monitor Onana's performances for the remainder of the season to make a decision on his future. The £47 million goalkeeper was left out of United's 4-1 thrashing by Newcastle on Sunday, following 2 costly mistakes in the Red Devils' Europa League quarter-final draw against Lyon last Thursday. Onana made 2 horror blunders to concede twice against the French club after a war of words with Lyon star Nemanja Matic in the build-up to the fixture. Matic had labeled Onana as one of the worst goalkeepers in Man Utd history, while Lyon fans jeered and booed the shot-stopper prior to kickoff after he has claimed United were a better team than their European counterparts. And after Amorim dropped Onana for the Magpies clash, he has now placed him on trial for the remainder of the season. That's according to the I-Paper, who have reported that Manchester United have prioritized signing a new goalkeeper in the summer, and whether that new arrival will be first choice or not depends on Onana's performances between now and the end of the season. Turkish international Altay Bayindir, who conceded 4 goals as Onana's replacement on Sunday, is expected to leave Old Trafford at the end of the season in search of regular first-team football. It's claimed that Onana is just one of many players who could fall victim to a summer overhaul at the Theatre of Dreams, with very few senior players said to be safe. AMORIM explained that he left Onana out of the Newcastle game to allow him to disconnect and prepare for the second leg against Lyon this week. Onana made two huge mistakes against Lyon last Thursday in the Europa League. He said, "Of course, you have to see the context. It is a normal thing. Sometimes you have to push the player to play again. Sometimes you have to let him disconnect a little bit. Tomorrow, he will be in training to prepare for the next one, Lyon. So I felt that it was a good time for Andre to disconnect." I think he was okay about it, because I explained and then, you don't need to like it, but you understand because I explain every situation. It's a normal situation. You have to manage everything. Sometimes people just look at the physical aspect, but the mental aspect is really, really important. It's for just one game, and we give Altay an opportunity. He deserves it also. And then, again, tomorrow is a new life, and we will prepare for the next one. Onana, who turned up to Manchester United training alongside his agent this week, has been linked with an exit from the United, but is said to be in the dark over the club's plans for him. It is reported by Manchester Evening News that United would need to get at least £26.2 million this summer to avoid a financial fair play loss on Onana after amortization. Onana has made 8 errors leading to goals this season, as United have now confirmed their worst-ever Premier League points haul following their Newcastle defeat.